Missing after a sinister ride. The Ethan case. His name was Ethan. He was 28 years old, a rideshare driver who lived alone in a small apartment in the city center. He didn't have many friends, hadn't spoken to his family in months, and lived a dull, gray routine. Wake up, drive for hours, eat whatever, go back home. Everything changed on a rainy night around 2 a.m. He was about to end his shift when a final ride popped up. It was close by, and the fare was high. Without thinking twice, he accepted. The pickup point was on a deserted street, almost outside the city, near an old, decommissioned railway line. When he arrived, he saw a woman standing in the rain, wearing an old-fashioned white dress, like something out of a period film. She entered the car silently. Ethan asked where she was going, but she just pointed forward, eyes locked on the windshield. Ethan started driving. No GPS signal. The road ahead was completely empty, swallowed by a thick fog. As they moved deeper into the unknown, a strange cold filled the car, even with the heater on. He tried making small talk, but she remained silent, still as a statue. Then, halfway down the road, she finally spoke. "It's almost time." That sent chills down his spine. "Time for what?" he asked. No reply. Suddenly the road changed. No more streetlights, no houses, no signs, just darkness and mist. The car began losing power until it stopped altogether. Without saying a word, the woman stepped out and began walking down a dirt path. Ethan, confused and scared, decided to follow. She moved as if floating. No footprints, no sound. At the end of the trail stood a rusty gate with a fallen sign. Ethan picked it up and wiped off the mud. It read, "San Benedito Psychiatric Hospital, closed in 1979. A chill raced down Ethan's spine. The place was overgrown, abandoned, but strangely, some of the windows still had lights on. He turned to the woman, now standing still at the gate, and whispered, "What do you want here?" She turned her head slowly, and for the first time, he saw her eyes, completely black. This is where it all begins again. Her voice echoed inside his skull as if it came from every corner of his mind. Ethan wanted to run, but his feet felt glued to the ground. She walked through the gate and vanished into the darkness. When he finally broke free, he ran back to where the car had been. But the car was gone. In its place, a rusty bicycle and a flashlight with weak, flickering batteries. He looked around and shouted for help. Nothing. Tried using his phone. No signal. Then he heard a scream from inside the hospital. A male voice. Familiar. It sounded like his own voice. Against every instinct, Ethan went back down the trail and entered the hospital. The main hallway still had flickering lights, and the walls were covered in deep scratch marks, like someone had tried to claw their way out. He followed the sound of his voice down a staircase into the basement. There, he found a metal door labeled in dried blood, "Patient 0." When he pushed it open, he saw a dark room with a single chair in the center surrounded by mirrors. And in that chair was himself, tied up, screaming. Ethan froze. It couldn't be. He was looking at himself, sweaty, eyes wide with terror. Before he could react, a cold hand touched his shoulder. He spun around. No one was there. When he turned back toward the chair, it was empty. Every mirror shattered at once, and a black smoke began seeping from the cracks in the walls. Ethan ran for his life, stumbling up the stairs, out the back of the hospital into the woods until everything went black. He woke up strapped to a stretcher inside an ambulance, surrounded by paramedics. "You're lucky," one of them said. "Your car went off a cliff. You almost died. We found you unconscious by the roadside." But Ethan couldn't speak. He just stared at the sky, trying to figure out what was real. In the days that followed, he tried to move on, but things only got worse. When he looked in the mirror, his reflection didn't follow. He heard voices at night, and one early morning, he got a ride-share notification. Someone requesting a pickup from that same exact location. He declined, turned off his phone, and tried to sleep. But a knock at the door made him freeze. When he opened it, no one, just a note, written in red. "You brought me back. Now I live here." Ethan vanished after that. His apartment was locked from the inside. No one knows where he went. But sometimes passengers say they've seen a driver just like him on remote highways, always alone, always silent, and always with the back seat still wet, as if someone just got out. Like this suspense? Hit the like button and subscribe now. The next one could be real, and it could be about you.